This is from the book Stash Pot Pie, and my local quilt shop has a once a month gathering where we just are supposed to use stash. And we come and she gives us the cutting instructions 1 month in advance, and then when we come with all of our stuff all cut up, she gives us the instructions for putting together the quilt top. And it's fun, and I have decided that I am only going to use stash. That's the purpose of this, and I'm only going to use stash for this, which has been a challenge at times. So in looking at this, I thought, I pulled out a bunch of musical fabric I hadn't used yet. I thought this might be interesting, and then it seemed to me that I think I'm going to develop a pattern all on its own of the musical stuff. Put that away. I brought out cars and Route 66 stuff, and I didn't have enough. You need, from what this pattern shows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kinds of fabrics. You know, it's scrappy, so however many you need, I guess. I didn't have enough of that. So I'm looking through, and I found my wine box. I thought, all of these flying geese, the sky part of the flying geese, are all the same fabric throughout the entire quilt top. So what do I want? I think I like this lighter stuff with dark, so I thought, maybe I can use this. That's a nice kind of lightish when contrasted with the darker wine bottles. Maybe I like this. Yeah, I like this one for the consistent background. Okay, so if I'm going to use this, a lighter one for that, then I think what I'll do is pick darker fabrics for, that's darker, for the for all of the geese. That's darker. This is darker. Yeah, but you know what? They're the right colors, I think, but once I start doing that, I really don't have the whole wine theme going. Now here, she says, Karen Snyder says, you may think of the piece triangle units in this quilt as flying geese, but I think they're grasshoppers. So she calls this grasshopper pie. Stash Pot Pie is a really cute book. It gives you pie recipes with all of the quilts. You know, I'm thinking that this, I don't know how many of you have been actually wine tasting in Sonoma, but there are wineries every place, and you go this direction, you go this direction, you go this direction, and they're this direction, and up this driveway, and over that hill. I think it looks like wine tasting. So grasshopper pie to me is wine tasting. And if I'm going to keep in that theme, the colors are there, but there's just no wine tasting going on. I'm looking some more, and this one isn't dark enough, but I think the tone is basically darker than this. I'm going to use this. I have another one that has, I love this fabric, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Cabernet, Merlot, Riesling, all of the names. So this is darker, and now we're getting into like wine. I have this one, grapes, and like I said, I'm looking for one background and then 5 different fabrics. I have more grapes. This is dark for sure. And what do I have here? Well, you know, I don't think that's looking light enough. I'm just not, and it may not be wine enough. So let's look. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so if I have these darker fabrics for wine, what do you think? I can do this one for the skies, or I can do this one for the skies. I can do this one for the skies. I don't know. I think I am going to have to play with this some more. But that's basically the way I'm choosing fabric. I have a pattern, or I have a focal fabric, one of the two, and then I just start combining. I really suggest people use these dots on the selvage. Because when you're looking for fabric that's going to go or not go, it's easy when you have, say, these two pieces of fabric. They're made in the same line from the same manufacturer, to go together. They're coordinating fabrics. And that's really easy to use. They've got the same colors. They've got the same shapes. That's really easy to use. But when you're pulling in something that's from a completely different line, sometimes when you look down and you see the colors, look at this. These colors could be the colors for this fabric, even though it's this fabric. So what I want you to do is just kind of look and see what the theme is, what the colors are. Look at the tones, the darkers and lighters. Like I said, I want 5 dark colors and 1 that's lighter. So look at all of those aspects in picking out the fabric, and then play. The worst thing that you can do is mess up a couple yards of fabric. I wish all of our life's consequences were that simple. So I'm making a wine quilt tomorrow.